No, 22 photos left. 22 photos left on time lapse, about to go make a video. This is my backyard. Like, my house is over there, and this is everything. How freaking cool is that? Alice Springs. Hey, what's up everyone? I'm back on my morning walk in Alice Springs. It's been 2 weeks and I haven't made a video. And the reason I haven't made a video, I've been doing a university topic that's based on fisheries science management, and that's basically just means managing wild fish populations for food, which is pretty important for society, for people in Alice Springs who don't have access to a coast and still want seafood. So yeah, pretty cool. So when I tell people I study marine biology, the first thing they say is, oh, that's what I wanted to do when I was a kid. Well, that's my childhood dream. And I guess they don't really know what it's like to actually study it. So I figured, why not take you through what I do as a uni student studying marine biology. Yo, what's up? Alright, back at home. Had my morning walk this morning. It's now, what time is it now? It's almost 10. Let's get into it. Yeah, I studied marine biology. I studied in South Australia at Flinders University. I did my first year at the University of Adelaide. People tend to think that marine biology is a little bit different than what it really is. Their childhood dream might be that they wanted to swim with dolphins or see a whale sing in the Pacific, or travel on boats all day, or just, you know, hang around at the beach and tan. I don't know. There are some similarities to like a regular university degree. Obviously you have to go to uni and you make uni friends, and there's pub crawls, and you can, you know, have lunch at campus, and you're kind of broke most of the time. The main thing is, fieldwork is the main difference between a regular university course like, I don't know, law or business or that sort of stuff, and then you compare science, and it's, yeah, much more fieldwork. It is a bit more hands-on. It was alright. My first year was basically just a science degree. It was pretty boring, to be honest. But didn't give me any idea about marine biology. And then I took a year off and I did real estate for a year. Not that I thought that real estate was any better, I just wasn't convinced on marine biology. So 1 year in 2015, took 2016 off, and then I came back in 2017. It was so straightforward, and it wasn't really in depth in marine biology that I really didn't know if it was for me. And then jump ahead to second year. Second year was where it really sort of turned up another notch. We went into marine biology specific topics, so we had one topic, intro to marine biology in year 1, but second year we had biodiversity and conservation, we had animal diversity, and a few more marine based field trips. We had Port Lincoln, we had Victor Harbour, and I got the opportunity to go overseas for the first time. And this is where I think it really set apart marine biology, sort of stepping towards that childhood dream version of what it was going to be like to study it. The definite #1 highlight was being in the field and being overseas. In the field, I went to Port Lincoln for 2 weeks. We studied everything from the sand and microorganisms to sort of larger things like crabs and that sort of stuff in the intertidal zones. We basically just sat on the beach every now and then we'd take all these samples from the beach and we'd bring them back to the lab, analyze them, which just means we looked through a microscope at all these small things and pulled out all the actual animals out of the sand, and then we counted that up. So we just trying to assess what was in the sand. We then wrote reports on that in the day, and so it was pretty much a full-on like 24/7 topic. We slept next door to the Marine Science Center, and we just went there in the morning, came back, went there in the morning, came back, and then we sort of started at 8 in the morning, we finished about 8 at night. So it was a long day, and it was 7 days a week. So that was fun, but really challenging. Then I got to go to Victor Harbour for 3 days. That was just end of ecology, and got to go with my mates. We stayed in this massive sort of like Harry Potter Hogwarts castle thing. I did a topic on photo ID of dolphins. I did one on bird ringing. So 2 different things, but both based on animal science. But that was really fun. The absolute highlight was getting to go to Africa in second year. I got to go to Cape Town for a week beforehand just for fun. I was able to put that money for the topic on my HEX debt, which is just, you know, basically another topic that I would usually do in Adelaide, but it just went overseas. That was honestly some of the best stuff I could do. It wasn't marine biology based, so I still didn't get that marine dream yet, but it was really cool, especially in Africa where land-based biology is like the coolest thing ever. I got to look at birds, I developed an interest in bird life as well, got to handle them, bring them, catch them, and let them go. I also did projects that were based on sort of managing ecosystems. So that was really important because I could take that information, I could apply that to a marine biology sense as well. It was still really informative for marine biology, but at the same time, just really fun in general, and something that a lot of students don't get the opportunity to do at university. Like, they might be able to go overseas, but to be in safaris and be out in the field all day every day and then writing reports on that, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity, really. As the uni topics ramped up, I learned more about how the oceans, how they work, how they interact with the land, and how important the oceans are for us as humans and every animal on the planet, and just for the planet's health in general. On a side note, through, I guess, not really through studying marine biology, I got my scuba diving license 25 meters and I could then go in South Australia, and that came in handy when I went overseas later, but we'll get to that. The experiences that you get were based around the people that you met through university, and the people I met were really cool. Really awesome people who were passionate about the ocean, conservation, environment, really always up for an adventure. The people you meet, I think specifically at marine biology, A1. 10 out of 10, love them all, and they're all still a lot of my mates today. So rolling into third year, second year was fun, I developed a lot, I learned a lot about marine biology, but third year was where it really became a marine biology degree. I got the opportunity to go back to South Africa again. Slightly different this time, I was going more south and to the coast. It wasn't a marine biology based topic, but it was still, I was able to go to the beach and sort of see different areas. I was able to go shark cage diving, that sort of stuff as well. So I still did some marine stuff as well as the land-based stuff. My grades were pretty good and they were getting better as last year progressed. And I got the opportunity to go to Palau. So Palau is a small island off the coast of the Philippines. It's about 2 hours flying off the coast east of the Philippines. It's probably the most wonderful place you could ever go to. It's absolutely pristine. There's no rubbish, the people are wonderful, hasn't been influenced by humans as much as like the rest of the world. The marine environment is full of life. I swam with about 50 odd sharks on one of my scuba dives, and that was absolutely insane. It wasn't scary, it wasn't at all nerve-wracking, it was sort of just like inspiring. We saw the most amazing display of manta rays I've ever, well, I've only got this one, but it was, I'm gonna say, hard to beat. The manta rays came right over the top of us and just swam. We were on the bottom about 30 meters down on the sea floor at a cleaning station, and the manta rays just came up. And that's sort of, that Palau is the dream. That's what people, I think, imagine marine biology to be. And I think that's what it became. Third year where you now had the knowledge and the passion for marine biology, and now you got to just run wild with all that knowledge. I love that place so much. One of the most rewarding experiences I had, being able to talk to school children about different issues about conservation, and seeing how much they care about their own environment was absolutely wonderful. All that knowledge I had acquired, all the training I'd done, all the different reports I'd written, all the research I've read, really gave me the knowledge to be able to communicate to these kids. I think that if I did nothing else in my marine biology career, that would be a really cool highlight, and I'd be happy with that. Obviously I want to keep going, but you get what I mean. As a kid that grew up in the desert in Alice Springs, where I am now, it's interesting for me to go and try and study and protect the oceans for the people on the coast and for us that all enjoy it. I'm happy that I met so many cool people, and I've been inspired by so many cool people, and I hope I've inspired other people at the same time. But that's what I want to do basically through my next future career path, is that I don't really, I'd love to do research and that sort of stuff, but my main interest and passion is communicating the science we do to other people and inspiring them to be their own leaders and conservationists. So it's not really like what people say about jobs in marine biology. Yeah, maybe there's not heaps of jobs that are specifically sort of a written job on Seek or on advertising in the newspaper, but there are jobs that you can create for yourself. It's funny, actually, I'm actually procrastinating writing a report at this second. So the topic I was doing in Adelaide, that was my intensive. I had 3 sort of written reports to write. I've done 2 of them, and the third one is sort of just hanging over my head, nagging me, but it's due in 3 weeks. So even though I'm procrastinating a university assignment, which is bad, I'm trying to make a video about my experiences at university and try and inform you guys about you know, why it's so worth it to study an environmental science topic. Not necessarily marine biology in that, you know, it might be everyone's dream, but the fact that you can basically study a really cool topic at university and have these really, really amazing opportunities at your doorstep. And that's just a choice you have to make when you finish year 12, or if you're at uni, you switch course or whatever. You can just take an intro to marine biology topic as an elective if you want to. But it's really important to know about the impacts that we're making as humans and how we can reduce those impacts. So even though you don't study marine biology necessarily, if it was your childhood dream, you can still make a massive impact on the marine environment through whatever you do day to day. There's different plastic awareness campaigns. I'm sure everyone's pretty aware of the plastic issue in, you know, all over the world basically. Even in Australia, the things you buy that are covered in plastic, you can choose to use Tupperware, you can choose to use a keep cup. The spirit of being and doing better, I said to Mum, I said, hey, why don't we make a veggie patch? Why don't we make a compost bin? And why don't we get a little bit better at recycling our own stuff? Because Alice Springs doesn't really have a recycling initiative. So what we've done is, yesterday and over the weekend, created a veggie patch, but basically just creating a veggie garden so that we can use the compost, which I made a couple of weeks ago, into that veggie garden. And that's a really easy way. If you're in Alice Springs, the Bangtown muster, which happens every year, has an ocean theme to it this year. So something else that, even though in the middle of the desert, they're still trying to raise awareness for our oceans and the importance to protect them. If you're near the coast though, and you're not near the desert, you can go to a beach cleanup. Even if you don't go to a beach cleanup, just clean up the beach. Shout out to Marty. She always takes a little bucket with her when she goes to the beach and always just picks up all the little things she sees. You're making a difference to your own environment, and that's basically the first step, because if everyone does that, then we'll all be sweet. The main thing is to strive to do the best that you can and then just hope that other people do the same. And then we'll be fine, right? Like, share, subscribe. If you want to know more about marine biology, let me know in the comments below. There's so many experiences, so many things that I want to share with you, but it's hard to put all in the video. So yeah, just let me know what you guys most enjoy. I've got to go do some more work on my assignment. So I'm going to let you guys go. Alright, thanks for watching guys. Enjoy. Bye.